Hey everybody, this is Danny, aka Insane Coyote, and today in Insane's Kitchen, we're gonna be making hot sauce. It's not just a normal hot sauce, it's a fermented hot sauce. And fermented hot sauce I like better because number one, you have a bigger shelf life. Number two, you get a better taste out of it. I mean, it tastes great, it smells good and everything. And it's not very complicated to do. You just gotta invest a little bit in yourself. Invest, what do I mean? I mean like getting some fermentation jars. I mean, this is the best thing. Some people will put the cap on and then go over there and burp it because it does create gases inside when it's fermenting. But I mean, say you forget one day, say you're out on the town, you get drunk, you get home, you're hungover for 5 days, you completely forget about that, and the next thing you hear, pop. Well, there goes your jar, it exploded or it broke. Or you get a better awakening, you try to open your jar, and then, pff, you know, you get the golden shower. Not very pleasant, I guess. So these things are pretty cheap on Amazon. You can buy these for like $36 for two. They come with the gaskets, you know, it's a resealable jar. It comes with this burping valve, I guess what you can call it, or whatever they call this thing. You fill it up with water, and basically what this does is it lets the gases and the pressure out, but it doesn't let contaminant air in, which is great. And they also come with these glass weights, so you can put it on top of your chili peppers afterwards to keep them submerged under the liquid, under the brine. So that's what you want to do, because you want these to stay under the brine. It's basically it's just that and a pH reader. You want to get a pH reader because anything under, I believe it's 4.6 afterwards, when we're doing the second step, when we have it on stovetop after the fermentation process, anything under 4.6 pH is shelf stable. Anything over isn't. So you want that pH reader to read the pH on your hot sauce before you start bottling it, just to make sure that you don't have to alter it or anything. I've never had to alter it with this method. I use a 22-day fermentation process and it works fine. But yeah, we'll get into that step afterwards. But for right now, we are gonna be making a habanero pineapple hot sauce. And yeah, you can put fruit in there too. I did a mango one just the other day. What we're using, obviously, you got habaneros. I got these peppers, they're called Mad Hatters. They're pretty good. They're kind of like what you would think is a bell pepper, but it's just got a different taste, but it's not spicy. So we're gonna be using some bell peppers, obviously, as well. Some jalapenos I had grown in the garden. This is actually a serrano, this one. Jalapeno, serrano. But not many of them, because we don't want to alter the flavor too much. We don't want to take away from the habaneros. Also some onions, some garlic and stuff. And also, you know, you got right here, you can make your own hot sauces afterwards. You can buy these bottles with the caps and the seals. These are heat shrink seals. You can buy them on Amazon. I think they're like $12 or $14 for a dozen. So they come out to be around a buck a bottle, which is nothing. And then you can make your own labels and whatnot. Like I like to do retro inspired stuff. So I got this one, it's called the Yippee-Ki-Yay motherfucking hot sauce, dedicated to Bruce Willis. Also got this one right here. It is the Get to the Choppa, Schwarzenegger, yep, Predator. And also chest busting hot sauce, which by one of my favorite movies, Aliens. Actually, all three of these are my favorite movies, and I probably got another dozen of them. But anyway, let's get in the process right here. So we're gonna be making the 5% brine right now, and how you wanna go upon that is basically get your digital scale, get your empty container on it, put it to 0 so it's not marking the weight of the container itself. Put how much water you need in it and just add 5% of salt. Or not salt, but pickling salt, because you don't want to use the normal salt, because it's got some kind of ingredients or whatever it's in it. I can't remember, but yeah, get this, pick this up at Walmart or wherever, it's fine. It's like $2 for this whole thing and it lasts forever. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this. So in this case, I have to put 1.6 worth of salt. And all you're gonna do is mix this afterwards. This is done. We're gonna set this to the side. We're gonna mix it. We're gonna chop up some chili peppers right now. I have already the jars sterilized, so you do want to sterilize your jars. Don't sterilize the plastic valve that comes with it. Don't sterilize your gaskets, just the jar itself. Nothing plastic, because you want to leave it in boiling water for probably around, I'd say 10 to 15 minutes. 10 minutes should be good enough. And yeah, so let's start cutting up our ingredients and packing that inside the jar, putting the brine in it, closing it up, and then 22 days later, we see the results. Okay, now we're gonna cut these things up. To be honest with you, you don't really have to cut them up fine because they're gonna be blended afterwards at the end of the fermentation process. So just grab these and, you know. And FYI, except for the bell peppers, I like to leave the seeds in. Bell pepper seeds are just, I don't know. They're useless, they're not hot, so why put them in there? But yeah, I meant you can do this, but by all means, with the habaneros, leave those seeds in there. You'll thank me later. And it's pretty cool, you're growing your own stuff in the backyard, and you're like, you know what? At least I know where it came from. I know what I put in it. I wish I could do more often that, but I'm not an agriculture guy. I mean, I'm not a farmer. Even though I was raised as a farmer's son, I know how to survive, you know, planting potatoes and all that, and make wine. I used to make wine with my pops when he was still alive. And so yeah, he taught me some shit, which I do appreciate that, because one day when the world goes to shit, or shit just gets too expensive, guess what? I'm in the clear. Oh, and you guys probably don't want to do what I'm doing. I'm doing all this without gloves. You know, YOLO. Now these Mad Hatters, I just started growing them this year. Really good. If you're going to be making any kind of hot sauce, and if you can get your hands on these, I would definitely get them, because they're sweet, you know, they're not spicy. They give a nice after flavor to the hot sauce. Because I meant, come on, we want hot sauce, right? But we don't want just scorching hot sauce. We want something that tastes good. Right, then you want to get your onions. Like I said, don't worry about chopping them up finely, because you're still going to put this in the blender after fermentation is done. And you want some garlic, depending on how much you like garlic. I do like the taste of garlic, but it's funny, when I was a kid I hated it. Now I actually like it. All right, now for the star of our show, the pineapple. If you guys didn't know, you could actually cut the pineapple about right there. Peel away the skin off of it, you know, leaving what's underneath it. Put it in a cup of water and let it grow. It's gonna grow roots after around 7 days or something like that. You can actually plant these in your backyard. I haven't done that yet, because from what I read or what I saw, it takes like 18 months for it to give its first fruit, and it only gives one. And I'm like, that's a lot of work and waiting time. I'll just go to the store and get them for $2, man. But I meant, if you live somewhere and you want to do it and you want to feel accomplished like I do with the hot sauce, go for it. But yeah, you would want to cut the pineapple top somewhat like that, maybe a little lower. And then you just peel back all of this stuff right here, like this. And from right here, you just put it in water, you know, peel some of this off too, obviously. But I'm not teaching you how to grow pineapples. I'm teaching you how to do hot sauce, so forget that. Anyway, what you want to do now, cut this like that. Don't throw this away. Get your tool right here. These tools are awesome. What you're gonna do is you're gonna use this little gadget here. You're gonna twist it until you start to feel some resistance, because that means you're getting close to the bottom. And you can hear it too, right there. And then voila, pineapple. Ain't that cute? All right, you got all the juices and everything. Holy cow, smells so good. I'm gonna leave that there. You know, if you put some rum in this thing, a little dash of coconut juice, and some chamoy sauce in it, you got one hell of a cocktail in here. I say do it. Anyway, all right, so we got this right here. And this is really cool. All right, we already got all our ingredients chopped up. So now what we're gonna do is just distribute. So take around 2 of these, you know, break them up. And we also wanna get down under, and it's not Australia down under. Good Lord, I can smell the habaneros. All right, we'll get more of this. All right, that looks pretty good right there. We're gonna put the brine in here. So you wanna make sure all your peppers are covered with the brine. And in a couple of days, you're gonna start seeing fermentation start. Gonna close that. You're gonna put this other gasket on it. And then you're gonna grab this right here. Put some water in it. It's fine. And you're gonna see it's got like this little level thing. Every once in a while, come check your little valve here, and if you need to add water, you can just grab some normal tap water and add it. Keep it somewhere dark and cool, or it doesn't have to be cool, but at least room temperature, say you're 70 degrees, 75, whatever. Don't leave it out in the Florida blazing sun. But yeah, dark room. So for example, I put this in my kitchen pantry. I put a bag underneath it because I know at one point all the fermentation is gonna push water out and it's gonna start to drool, and then you don't wanna get that salty brine on your floor. Your wife might have your head for it. But yeah, I mean, other than this, it's the waiting game. So I'll see you guys in 22 days.